There's actually no way you've never been catfish. I'm not.
I don't know. Like obviously, catfishing is like yeah, you expect to meet someone, it's not them and stuff,
But
right?
catfishing
But
can be a lot of things. Like we're not talking about like you.
appearance.
Like looks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looks or like it could be a lot of things. It can even you be going to a job and someone's like, because even I got catfish at a job. These guys try to finesse me. There's this is like 6 years ago, or we're gonna pay you this salary. 2 weeks after I'm into my role, my manager's like, oh, by the way, we're gonna start paying you $20 an hour until January and then give you your salary. I'm like, bro, what the F? I'm quitting. There's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
way you gave me this and tell me this after. She's like, no, it's just a test if you're good. If you're good, I'm out. There's no way. I had the biggest argument with her. And then she's like, oh, I'm unprofessional. I'm on this and this, whatever, bro. I'm on that woman. She's stupid. Anyways, guys, we brought back an amazing guest of ours. This is her 5th time on our podcast. No guest has been on this podcast longer than she has.
Hello.
Selwa, she's brought a lot of, great insights from her past, her experiences, speaking about Palestine, like obviously relationships and stuff like that. Today we're gonna have multiple topics as friends, so you get to see a different side of this old man and this young man. And yeah, so what's good, everybody?
Myself, I'm okay. Hi, everyone that's listening. Yeah, now it's fall, so it's like good time of the year. Leaves are falling and
There's,
everything.
there's nothing
So
good about fall, but it's cold.
It's so cold.
no, it's cold, but at least like it's not winter, so that's the good thing about it.
I hope you know that answer's not black at all.
Yeah.
I used to love fall, so now it's get to like
What happened
again.
now?
I don't know, just as you get older, it gets more colder and everything. You kind of fall out with
This
it.
guy, this guy gets cold so easily, by the way.
Oh
So
yeah, very easy.
Like, we'll
I'm
be-
like
we'll
that
be-
too. Ugh, I hate being cold.
I would wear a sweater right now, but like I just
I can give you a sweater if you're cold.
oh, no, I'm good. I get cold very easy, too easy.
Me too.
Yeah, it's
I
annoying.
hate it.
Yeah, it's actually we have a friend before we go into not talk about. We have a friend who's my neighbor. We'll be in we'll be in the basement because like a lot of the time they come to my house. This is like maybe half an hour into our conversation. You know how sometimes you like as guys we dab up our friends. If someone makes a joke, we'll dab him up. I'm like, bro, how are your hands still cold? They're ice.
Oh yeah, always cold. Hands are
I'm
freezing.
like, buddy, you're the ice man.
Yeah, literally, his hands are always freezing.
But yeah, guys. Anyways, speaking about fall, catfishing us with Canada's weather, because if, don't you feel that way? Like you go outside, it looks sunny, and then the next thing you know, like what the F happened?
100.
Um,
It's
Yeah, so guys,
beautiful.
me and
It's
Senna were
beautiful
kinda-
outside, but it's freaking cold.
but you guys in Ottawa
Crazy.
get some next cold.
That is true.
I told
That
you
is
we were in
true.
Ottawa like a couple months ago.
That is true.
And you guys, first of all, only have some next drug addicts in Ottawa. I just want to put it out there. In downtown, because our friend lives in downtown. 2, that the rain was. Remember that time we walked to the mall in downtown, whatever the mall's called. It
Reno
was
River.
so cold walking in the rain. I was like, this rain is different. It was April. In my head, I brought shorts. I was like, oh, it's gonna be like warm. Nope.
April, and you
left-
expect to wear shorts? No,
Well,
no,
d- d-
absolutely
We
not.
left where we live. It was warm.
Yeah, it was warm.
So we're like, oh, let's just bring clothes in case. This guy brought 5 bags, bro,
No.
for a 5-day trip.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't
the
like
person,
the weather.
the thing is, the person we're gonna see every time I go see him, I end up getting stuck. So I'm like, just in case. As far as like traveling issues, so I'm like, at least if anything happens, I have enough stuff to be
That's
with it,
fair.
you know?
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, but honestly, Ottawa is a catfish. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how you guys live in Ottawa. Like I don't know.
I don't either. I don't know what I'm doing here. I
Me neither.
hate
I
it
have
here.
no
You
idea.
should move to the GTA. Like the thing is, a lot of Arabs in
did.
Ottawa.
I lived there for a
Surprisingly,
year.
bro.
It's too busy at the
You've been in Ottawa for how long?
My whole life. I lived in Toronto for 1 year though.
What?
It was nice. The weather was nice. I get that, but it's too busy. Toronto is way too busy for me.
That is true.
That's actually very true.
That is true.
You know what's funny? When I
My
was
building
22,
was right on the DVP. My building was right on the DVP.
That's the worst
Yeah,
highway
that's
ever.
terrible.
That's a terrible highway.
At the
They
exit of
call that
York
highway?
Mills. Yeah, York Mills and
That's
DVP
crazy.
is exactly where I was.
That's crazy.
Any direction
I
is
just-
terrible.
I didn't know what
Any
silence
direction.
was, and I was on the 21st floor. I didn't know what silence was anymore. So busy, and then
Living in
one
that
day,
area, you can't even take the highway.
No, you
You
can't.
just gotta take local roads.
You can't. Or you have to take the
listen,
subway.
one morning I woke up to silence. I was like, what is going on? So I looked outside and I see a bunch of people on their bikes. It's like a cycling marathon or something going on. Just people on the DVP riding their bikes. I was like, I wish it was like this every single day.
I believe
Constant
it. I believe it.
traffic.
There's this meme on Instagram. It's like to go from one end of Toronto to another end of Toronto takes an hour, which is so true.
Insane.
Because now they're what are they,
413?
no, not the 413. The Gardner, like one lane is closed on both
Oh
ends.
yeah, so annoying.
So now it takes you legit a good 2 hours just to go if you want to go to a Raptors game, a Leafs game, or just even downtown itself. It's a mess. But the thing is, I
Even
think
people were,
Toronto is a young person's game. I think me at like almost turning 30 in like a couple months, I don't think I'd live in Toronto at all. It's like to go visit is cool, but even to visit sometimes is to go chill. Like our friend, one of our friends, our Jamaican friend, this guy, is always in Toronto. I'm like, I don't know how you handle the traffic, bro.
I haven't been to
like,
Toronto for like going out for a day in so long. Like
Yeah.
it's like you said, the traffic's not worth it.
Nah, man.
So much busy, and you don't even know where to park your car and
I agree.
stuff. And yeah, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
However, sorry, I need to. I know we're talking about so much, but like when we were in Ottawa, like in April, I remember one of our friends needed to get his car details. Like, he's like, "Yo, it's half an hour away." But for us, when we say half an hour in Toronto, if I tell you from here to Mississauga is half an hour, I'm including traffic. So I didn't know half an hour actually means half an hour. Like it's taking 30 minutes.
Yeah, Ottawa,
It's
you're
completely
driving literally 30 minutes any direction. It's very annoying.
Yeah.
Super annoying.
You guys got to increase your speed limits. Catfishing me out here, bro. And my friend is like, yo, the car's done. The car's done. I'm like, I'm not gonna get a speeding ticket in Ottawa, bro. Relax. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, over the past week, well, when I said it was live for the first time in a while, and she was talking about, catfishing, and I kind of related because I got catfished before. This guy, I know you're lying, but you getting me catfished. I know
No,
you're
the
lying.
thing is, I thought you were just talking about as far as like a relationship wise, and I'm like, I've never been catfished.
Have you? Well, you could talk about different. What said was also has her own source. I want to hear her story. She's telling me a bit,
Yeah, feel free to let us know your story
but
regarding
like,
catfishing.
I just want to know because you were touching a bit on it on, you know, your live. So tell us your experience, and yeah.
I've never been catfished. Like the thing is, personal wise, I've never been catfished. If I intend to meet someone, obviously, what you see is what you wanted. So obviously, it's never a case or scenario where the person looks like an igloo or a fish. But obviously, that does happen. But you brought up the work experience. So thinking about that, now I'm trying to think about examples, whether it's like work,
Well,
friends, and all that stuff and everything. If anything, as far as catfishing, it'll probably be like restaurants, like food
oh,
and
that's actually
stuff,
so true.
like things that you want to
That's
eat.
true.
it
Because
must be
everyone knows, for me,
nice.
I'm very no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no.
no,
Because
that's
the
not
thing is,
my
everyone knows
experience.
I only eat five things. So like,
Chicken. Just joking.
I only eat five things. So if I go somewhere and I take a risk and the food is so bad, I get so annoyed because I'm literally
Me
I
going
too.
get
out of
it.
my
Yeah,
way
yeah,
to
yeah.
invest in this. So that's the ultimate
Honestly, we'll
catfish.
talk about food because there's so much I want to talk about. But I want Sedwood to hear. I want to hear your story because I know you want to get more into it in the podcast.
So I was living my best single life last year, okay? Until somebody sent me a DM saying, "Hey, I saw you at the protest last night. You looked very beautiful. I would love to get to know you." I was like, and I don't usually respond to people DMing me, but I don't know why I did. I responded to this person. I was like, "Yeah, thank you. It was a good protest. A lot of people showed up and whatever." And then he just, every morning, "Hey, good morning. How are you?" And I'd respond, "Good. How are you?" And we ended up started talking every day on Instagram. He asked for my number a couple of times, and I said no. Until I think it was like maybe a month later, we finally exchanged phone numbers, but he didn't have the same area code that I had, even though he said he did live here where I live. He told me he
20
was a
hours in Ottawa.
doctor. He said he was a doctor and whatever. So I was just like, listen, I'm not really interested in a relationship. Like I'm not. I'm sorry. Like we can chat for a bit, whatever, but like I'm not really looking for marriage or anything like that. He's like, yeah, neither am I. Until one thing led to another, and we ended up like falling for each other, I guess. But he never really opened up his FaceTime. We never met in person because he was a doctor and he was busy, right? And I kept, talking to him like, at least turn your camera on. Like, let me see you. I want to see you. He's like, no, I don't look good right now. Or no, I have people here, whatever. Like, no, like I'm in bed. Always came up with an excuse, right? But he used to watch my lives. He knows me. He knows how I look like. He's watched my videos but I didn't know who he was. All I knew was what he used to send me. He used to send me videos and pictures of himself, but it wasn't really him. I didn't find out until 9 months later.
That's
He was
crazy.
also, yeah, he was impersonating his
It's like
sister
like a
on.
woman. It's like a woman delivering a baby. It's like this is not my baby. What is
Yeah.
this? That's actually crazy.
So he pretended to listen. He pretended to be himself, his dad, his mom, his aunt, and his sister, all in one. He used to fake numbers and talk to me as if he was his dad or his mom or whoever. I've sent his sister pictures on Snapchat of me without my hijab on, not knowing, because she
Oh,
would send me pictures too, right? Thinking that this was her. And I thought like we just had like this private relationship. Her and I got really, really close. So she's seen pictures of me without my hijab on. She's seen videos of me without my hijab on. Turns out that she was also
crazy.
sending me, or he was also sending me pictures and videos of another influencer on Instagram. So I had never seen this influencer. She's like she does like workouts and stuff like that, like a fitness, also
Okay.
hijabi and
Yeah,
whatever. And I didn't know that. I didn't know who she was. But she was sending me pictures and videos of this other influencer, and every single thing she would send me would relate to what I was saying to her. And that's why it was so
crazy.
believable, right? And he was also sending me, I don't know if you guys know of this influencer. His name is Ali. He's Afghan.
Show
He
me
was
a
sending me
picture.
pictures and videos of himself. And hold on, what was his name? Ali Pop.
Ali Pop.
I have no idea.
Let me
I don't
see.
know if you guys can
Ali
see
Pop.
this.
I would not know
This
any
guy.
person.
Look,
That's the
this
person.
guy.
No, I don't think I've ever seen him.
Extra two, number two.
Neither have I, right? I've never seen this person either. So he was sending me pictures and videos of himself, me believing that this is him. For 9 months, I'm telling you guys, for 9 months, this guy played me like a fiddle. And I am so mad at myself at the fact that I believed him. He said he's bought a ring. He said he's going to like marry me. And he said he's buying himself, he bought a house. Oh, he also bought a house like down the road from where I live, apparently for us. Turns out that it's not even true. That wasn't even true. And I had met with the realtor to view the house. Me, my mom, and my aunt, we went and we viewed the house. He booked that appointment for us.
It's insane. Especially in the
The way
movies.
I found out that he never actually bought the house was after my sister-in-law caught him, because she's the one, she's like, Salwa, listen, I need to show you something and I don't want you to freak out. I was like, what? Because there was a lot of problems happening, right? He would always make plans and cancel on me. I was like, what is it? So she sent me a link to this Ali Pop's YouTube channel and I opened it and I fell. I fell to the ground. I was like, this is not happening to me. There's no way in hell this is actually happening to me. And then I confronted him. He blocked my number. His sister removed me off of Snapchat. His mom and dad blocked me as well. I didn't know. So what I ended up doing was I called the realtor that showed me the house and I was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me. This is Salwa. I viewed the house. Whatever. Is it true that so and so bought the house? He's like, no. I only got an email asking to show a viewing for you guys. For 3 months, I thought he bought this house for us and we were supposed to move in June. Turns out that it was all a lie. He's like, I only got an email from this person saying, hey, I'd like to book a viewing for my family. I booked it. You guys came and saw the house, but then I never saw you guys again. The house sold, but it wasn't to him.
It's
Another
catfishing
messed up
premium.
thing was he's kept telling me you need to give notice to your landlord that you need to move out. You need to move out by June. You need to move out and move into this new house by June. And I was like, I am not doing that until you come and ask for my hand.
Of
This guy
course.
got involved in my life, and my dad's life, and my mom's life, and my brother's life. He would chat with them as his dad, as himself. Yeah, so he pretended to be a guy named Omar Akhtar. Apparently, he was half Jordanian, half Pakistani. But he was using this Ali Pop's photos. He was using his photos. And yeah, so even after I confronted him, I messaged him off a different number and he just apologized to me. He's like, sorry, I did that to you. This is what I do for fun. I make people fall for
Number
me.
one, number one, how were you actually able to find his real identity after you found out obviously it wasn't
I don't know.
his
You
real
I don't
said
know
your
person?
who.
sister-in-law, but
I
you know
don't
who
know
he
who.
is.
I don't know who he is. Till this day, I don't know who he is. I've done like
That's crazy.
background checks. I found names, but they're all white people names. And this guy would speak Arabic sometimes. I don't know if he learned that along the years of him catfishing people. I don't know. He only goes after Arabs, by the way. All the other girls that I've spoken to are Arabs. He will only pretend to be an Arab and go after Arabs.
Do
So
you think
I don't know.
do you think if how do you continue this, maybe he does like some kind of like extortion against people once he gets a certain amount of information? Because it seems like number one was obviously extreme what he did, but number two,
I can see that
maybe if
happening.
he got some information from people and stuff, he might try to extort you. Do you think he would have tried something
Like
like that
blackmail
had
me?
he like you given more information? Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. He has pictures of me without the hijab on.
That's actually
I don't know. What
so.
is he gonna blackmail me for?
Honestly,
I was honest and true to myself with him. I did not pretend to be someone that I wasn't. So even if he wants to like do something extreme towards me, I mean, there's nothing that I'd hide. And if he were to expose my pictures or videos, that's on him. That's not something that I should be at fault for.
I don't think whoever puts you at fault for that is just like would be ridiculous because you like man, whoever's listening to this is actually a real thing too because if you think about it, we think of catfishing like I'll say my story next, which is not obviously as extreme as yours. Mine is like more of a I guess a funny thing, but you're just so real because you obviously have always said on our podcast and your live that you've ever were to meet someone for the purpose of marriage, respect, and obviously you're not trying to go through the same antics that you went through before. Obviously, you're a mother, so it's like it's different for him to say you have to leave your house. Imagine, God forbid, someone actually listened to that.
Yeah.
And for example,
That's what I'm
their
scared
parents
of.
don't live here. Sorry?
That's what I'm afraid of. And that's why
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like, anytime I post a video about this person, it would get taken down. Obviously, he's trying to like, because he has reached out to me actually after posting that video. He's like, you're taking it to the extreme. Hold on, actually, let me read exactly what
He
he
said
said.
that out of all people.
Hold on, hold on.
This guy sounds like
Let
Trump,
me tell
fake
you
news.
exactly what he said.
Like I said, we're
Because
taking
he
it to
was
the
like,
extreme.
obviously, he was calling me private, right? He's like, I never called you and I never added you on Snapchat. Can you take my number off of social media? That's not cool. I understand you're hurt and I'm sorry, but it's taking it too far.
I want to F with this guy. I actually want to F with this guy. I want to put a
I
picture
have
of
his
like a
number
random
and
girl.
I have a potential address for this person as well because he sent me a PayPal once with an address and I think that was by accident. So if anybody lives in
That
Michigan,
is,
anyone listening to this, if anybody wants to go and raid his house, reach out to me, Susu4th.
honestly, like when you first said catfishing and like when you were talking about it, and Matt, I'm like, maybe it's like my story, because my story I told you a bit off of
No,
camera, and I'll say it again. But it's mad in my head, I'm like, that's like, if there's catfishing levels, that's catfishing like premium, to the point where
it is.
this
It is premium and it is on another level. And this guy is messing with people's lives because now he's pretending to be someone else. He's pretending to be
yeah,
Farhan, the police officer in Toronto. You guys know Farhan?
No.
The
that name
police
sounds
officer.
familiar.
Yes, Farhan. Now he's pretending to be him. And he reached out to me on that fake account 2 weeks ago trying to talk to me. I was like, I know who Farhan is. You can't lie to me. Get a life.
Is
Stop
this for Han guy
impersonating other
from?
people. He impersonated a doctor, now he's impersonating a police officer.
Is this for Han from Mississauga?
I don't know.
Because there's
Listen
an
to, I've been in
officer,
touch with Farhan.
there's an
I've been in
officer that
touch
I
with
know
him and I
by that
told
name.
him. Here, I'll show you who he is too. I sent him his number.
Honestly, like,
This
it's
guy?
funny because hold on, send it to me on Instagram. No,
He's in
that looks
Toronto. He's a
more
Toronto
like my
police
friend I
officer.
know.
Now he's pretending to be a police officer in Montreal.
Okay, I can even speak French. Honestly, that's so mind-boggling because my story for everyone who doesn't, I swear I mentioned it like 3 years ago, but I'm not sure if I remember my story I told you off camera. Like I went on this app and honestly, on these apps, they don't work. I swear, people use them as if they're Tinder. These girls, I swear, these girls, that guy just want matches. I'm like, bro, like, and I don't have. The last time I went on photo shoot was 3 years ago, so my pictures now don't even do me justice. I swear I'm a whole different person because my pictures had no beard in them, and obviously I have more of a more facial hair. But this specific incident, I saw this girl. I'm like, oh, mashallah, Allah, my back is beautiful. It's almost as if, and I remember I sent it to my like, I'm not sure if I sent it to my friends. I just like, wow, attractive woman, match. She already matched me. I was like, this is crazy. I should have taken that. I'm not sure if I mentioned this to you. She asked for I told Settle this off camera. She asked for my Snapchat immediately, which to me kind of sounded
That's a red
like,
flag.
why so fast? Like, why?
It's red.
And she asked for my number. And I've only given my number twice. One to some girl I was talking to, who, funny enough, we ended up being family friends, but she was a respectable girl, and like, may Allah was rewarded or whatever. Like, I have nothing bad to say about her. But this specific one, out of for my Snapchat, I don't really give up my social media or none of that because in my head, I'm just really protective of my identity. So I'm like, you know what? I won't give you my number, but I will give you my Snapchat because I don't even use Snapchat. She sends me a picture. brother, it was like that guy from Spy Kids, the mad scientist that was in the cave. That's how she looked like. Whoever who remembers that, listen. And I understand love is not the beholder. That probably saying, Osama, you're rude. Don't make fun of her. No, the thing is this: don't change your looks up. Like I know me. If someone calls me ugly, by all means I'm ugly. If someone calls me attractive, I'm attractive. But don't change your picture. That's like me making myself look like the most attractive guy in the world. And this girl, imagine like she gave herself blue eyes, bro. She doesn't have blue eyes. She has brown eyes, and I'm not even a big fan of like colored eyes. I don't even care about that. But in my head, I'm like, you made yourself seem like I got Kylie Jenner, even though I don't find Kylie Jenner attractive. But I ended up with like Bertha from Cinderella.
Oh my
Like,
God.
dude, this is horrible. But that's
Yeah,
why,
I
like,
don't
my
know.
situation, I found it more funny. I was angry at the time. Like, there's no way. And that's the first time I got catfished. But your situation, I want a lot of girls to look at it, and even guys, to generally be careful of. I think especially girls because to your point of extortion.
Yeah, of course.
I've heard stories about guys like I know girls who've been, but that guys told them if you don't do this, like we're gonna do this to that extent. Oh, we'll like send your nudes or we'll send this, we'll send that, and it's petrifying because I know one girl. She told me that someone texted her dad with bikini, like I guess bikini photos of to her dad, and in my head I'm like, how did he get them? He's like, bro, he's like, I don't know. He's like, we said hi, but he must have like hacked to her like social media or phone or like their VPN, and he started sending like um photos which are of her half naked to her dad, and he was abusing her. He was calling her. He was getting so much stuff from her, and I'm like, that's crazy. And I honestly, will lie that guy. I hope he's listening, because I want to know you're a bucket for
He's,
like.
he's a coward.
He's a coward. You're a bitch. You're a piece of
Mhm.
shit for going and changing your identity. You have the man to show your own face. If an attractive girl is not like you, she does not like you. Don't make her fall invested in you and like say, "Oh my God, I found the man of my dreams." No, he's a coward.
But the thing is, like, as we're discussing, like, obviously the consequences that might happen being catfished or involved in it, it's like the roots. Like, obviously, we live in an age now where social media can do so many things, and now you're able to troll on certain levels, and people become huge followings. But I try to think about the root as to why someone would catfish. Is it one to like just troll, just to have fun at like pulling a prank, or is it number two because you don't like someone, maybe because this influencer did not accept your follow, didn't invite you in their life,
That's a petty
you can go
thing.
out of their way? Because remember, fans is short for fanatics. Like sometimes you might have a fan that's so invested in you, but because you didn't give them that time of day, they actually want to go out of their way to show like, hey, I want to be a part of your life. It's kind of similar to the Stan story, Eminem.
Yeah.
Like that whole idea of that fanatic fan. So you don't know, maybe the person that did that to you was like a fanatic himself, or it
That's,
could be a
I
troll.
know. Listen, once I started to like put the put the puzzles together, I reached out to him and I was like, "Have I done something to you? Like, have I said something on a live that you didn't like? Like, have I offended you in some way where you felt like you had to do something to get back at me? Like, do I know you? Do I know you?" Like, because I that did cross my mind. I was like, okay, like I have a lot of followers and I don't know who's listening. Because I do say some
Yeah.
wild shit on my lives. Like I will admit, I do be wilding on my lives, and I don't give a shit, and I will continue. But like, did it really get to the point where I said something and this person was like, or maybe because I don't want to like come off as like arrogant or anything because I'm not an arrogant person at all. But I was like, maybe there was a guy that reached out to me trying to get to know me and I rejected or I just never responded. And then he's like, okay, well, maybe she wasn't attracted to my looks. So let me, pretend to be someone else.
Honestly,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. These are all real things.
that's actually crazy. Because in my head, if a girl rejects me, that's it. I'm just taking the L and I'm taking my ball and going home. In my head, I spoke about this yesterday to my friend. We're at the gym and I ran into him, and I said, for someone to wake up, I swear, for someone to wake up and be like, today I'm gonna fuck up someone's day. Like today I'm gonna like, and you start writing names. Like it takes more energy to be an asshole. Genuinely, it does. Like, there's nothing wrong with, for example, waking up and sending your brother or like your sister, your friend a text like, hey man, haven't heard from you in a while. Hope you're good. Hope you're blessed or whatever. Or again, like you're gonna pick and choose, but your close ones, you're not gonna reach out to everybody. But if you know there's someone who's always been there for you, go reach out. There's no way someone actually. There's a way. There's people who wake up and be like, today I'm gonna f up someone's day today. I'm gonna go ruin their life. Why? that takes so much energy. And one thing is like it's just like karma. It's like it's gonna come right back at you. And people could be like, it's cliche. Oh, well, he did this or she did this. I'm like, dude, you got rejected by a girl. Does not give you the ultimatum to go if that is the case, to go and be like finesse and like make this whole narrative up so you can get what you want. You feel macho. I don't understand. Like it's gonna end up backfiring because when things don't start adding up, you're gonna start doing your own research. I think a lot of guys have to also understand when it comes to rejection, because obviously a lot of the girls they reject guys for whatever BS reason, whatever proper reason that they do reject them for. But even if it's a BS reason because a girl says like, "Oh, you're short," I'm short. Okay, whatever. If that's your reason, okay, cool. Like I'm not gonna start debating with you about my high skills. If you don't see me as the guy of who you want, I'm out. Boom. There's no this guy. If that's actually the case, this guy went and made up a whole persona, faked it for nine
He
months.
made up
For
a
what?
whole story, a whole life. He served me this whole life that was never true, and I believed it.
I would love to get this. I honestly, if I ever get, if
I
you ever,
wish I would love to
yeah,
find out who this person is. And honestly, I've been told to hire a private investigator in Michigan, and they could find him. Like I have his phone number, I have a potential
you should do
address,
it.
and his voice, and
Honestly, you
yeah,
should do it because it's not a joke. Like you have kids and you're a mother and you have a family, and it's like I've always said, attacking the individual like ourselves, like you might not take it. You know what? But now, if you
take
start if
it.
it
I'll
starts
take
getting
the
to my
bullet.
family,
Stay away from my
to my
family.
kids, and the thing is too is like you said it yourself. You're really vocal on your lives. I've seen it. You're not shy. You don't shy away from any battle. Even that guy, bro. I was on her live the other day. I don't want to talk about Palestine too much because I'm not trying to change the mood. But this guy goes in and starts saying some next shit about like Palestine never exists. It's like they can go to the Arab countries. I'm like, so you're just like, I'm like, what is going on here? People like, and you obviously called him out on his BS. So I think that a lot of guys are, I think, intimidated by a woman who's able to be vocal, which is why they start running away. They start playing this character. In my opinion, like I can't speak for all guys, but from what I've seen, a guys once a girl intimidates someone, puts them on their place, they try to play this like fake asshole character that only
Yeah.
and that, which only runs for a certain duration of period. Because, for
Mm-hmm.
example, if I start playing this character hypothetically, because a girl broke my heart, you know me very well. You'd be like, okay, this is only gonna last for like a couple months until this character is like dies out, almost going back to that Eminem Stan character. And I think those people who are fanatics of you, also going back to our episode of Daddy Mugahed, she said there has to be a fine line between space. Like you, obviously, as a content creator, as a I guess influencer, maybe as even a celebrity, to a lot of people, they still have to understand you need your space. Like if they see that you're around your kids, like ask politely,
Yeah.
hey, can I take a photo with you? Don't come in a rush and scare your kid because your kids are not aware of this whole industry. So I think a lot of people have to understand that. Like, yes, I'm a celebrity to you, but I'm also a mom and a daughter and a
Yeah.
sister to someone else.
I have two quick questions. The first one, because you said it started off, he sent you a DM saying that he saw you at the protest. But now I'm wondering if that's legit, because I'm assuming that obviously you posted stories from your live at the day of the protest. Oh,
I was
okay, you
live.
didn't?
I was live
Okay, you're live.
at the
Okay. So
protest.
it's either that
He was
he
never
was actually
there.
there or
But
it's
is
a
this
story from
but
live.
is this when you went to the US? Because you went to the US as well for protests.
No, no. That was I went to the US after. I was talking to him when I went to the US. This when I was downtown. It was my first protest this year, like from October 7th. My first protest. I wasn't gonna go. It was at 6 p.m. at night. It was in front of the Israel's
Embassy?
embassy. Yeah, and I went there and I went live. That was my first time going to the protest that year. And that's when he reached out to me that evening, saying that he saw me at the protest.